Welcome back. So I just want to spend a couple of minutes talking about sharing my code before we continue programming. So the code here is shared on this GitHub right here, and I'll show you how to download it in a second. Now, you guys can take my code and do whatever you want with code. It's open source. It's free for you to use. But I would really encourage you to write the code on your own. Every time you see an example that I'm doing, try to pause the video and write it on your own. Why? Because this is a craftsmanship. I know that sounds maybe very high level and very woo, but it is. It's just like learning how to fix a car or learning how to, I don't know, paint a house. It doesn't matter. You'll have to do it again and again and again to be good at it. Okay, so by watching my videos, you'll learn some theory, but that won't help you if you want to be a software developer. Instead of learning the theory, you have to learn how to use your freaking hands to write some code that a customer can be happy about and a customer can use. You have to get the errors. You have to try and figure out the problems. You have to solve the bugs. And every time you get through that process, you'll learn something new. By watching me blabbering around here and showing you code and just downloading it, running on your machine, you're going to learn nothing. Okay, so I encourage you, you can download my code, you can use my code, it's open source, doesn't matter, but I really encourage you to do it on your own and learn how to program by doing it, by writing code. Okay, so that was just something that I really needed to get off my chest. It's so important that you guys write code if you want to learn how to be programmers. Okay, but how do you actually clone my code if you want it? Well, I already have a crash course up there ready to download if you want to. So all you have to do is to go to this link, I'll add it in the description, and then you can actually hear, if you followed my previous tutorial about how to use the GitHub desktop client, it's pretty much just pressing here, clone and download, and I'll just say open in desktop, click, and it'll say, is that allowed from Edge? Yeah, I'm using Edge here, by the way. Don't worry, we'll switch to Chrome later. I'm just not a big fan of Edge, but I just was too lazy to install it. It'll pop up with the desktop client. It'll ask you, where do you want to store this repository? And I'll just create a new repository here, a new folder here for it. Let me just create a new folder, C# from Git. There we go. And I'll just press OK. And what it'll do is it'll download it for me, and now I actually have my project here ready to use. And I'll show you guys how you can actually open it in Visual Studio. And then we'll be done with this video. So it says there are no local changes. I can see 2 commits now. You can't push anything back to my code. Now that's with GitHub, it's my code, so you can't push anything back. But you can download my code every time you feel there's an update. So all you have to do is sometimes just press a sync if I say there's an update, and it'll download the newest version for you. So you just press it here, it'll start synchronizing from GitHub automatically and get all the changes required for you. Let's just launch it here just to show you. So if I go into the folder called C# from Git, I get a new folder in here, and there I can just double click the solution, and ta-da, you're inside my project. You can see all the files that I have. You can select the different projects you want to run. Remember, whatever project you want to run, you want to start out by right-clicking the project and say set as startup project, and then you just press start, and you're up and running, just like we talked about in the previous videos. So that's how you get my code. Next, I'll just show you how you can create your own repository, and then we'll start coding.